What's up, everybody? This is Josh back with another video. This time just a short news update and what I think about it, because they did just announce the new YCS Prize Card. Finally, after a couple years since we haven't had a new YCS Prize Card because of the pandemic and stuff, they did finally give us a new one. And it is Anotherverse Dragon, which is a vanilla monster. It is the first time we're actually seeing a vanilla monster being a prize card for YCS tournaments. And I mean, yeah, it's a level 8 light dragon, 2500 attack, 2000 defense, so it's literally got nothing for it, going for it competitively speaking. And Twitter was going mad about it. Twitter was really wild yesterday night about hating on this card for the most part. And I honestly, I commented on it. I said I don't really get it, why people are so mad and upset about this card. I personally think it's fine, and I'll tell you why. Of course, it's a bad card. Let's get that right out of the way. It's a bad card. But the question is, does a prize card have to be good? And I feel like the answer is actually not yes to that question. I don't think you guys actually want a prize card to be super good. Like, I remember times of the Chaos Emperor Dragon prize card, the Minerva prize card, where those cards were very meta relevant and they would cost you, even the super version would cost you a lot of money. And as a competitive player, you were kind of forced into playing those cards if you wanted to play the best deck sometimes, and it was really problematic sometimes. I mean, I did win both of those prize cards. I did win a Minerva, and I was able to play the deck because of it, and I did also win Chaos Emperor Dragons, and was able to play the Chaos Thunder at full power because of it. But I feel like for the broad, mass of players, it's very bad if the prize card is actually playable. Because it's going to be a super expensive card that everyone has to play. I mean, people are already complaining about the price of other cards, right? Of like meta staples that cost you between 50 and $100, right? And then people complain when the price card isn't playable. I don't really get that. In my eyes, all a price card has to do is be rare and look cool. And I think this card does both of those things. I think the artwork is dope. I think the playmat looks dope as well, which I think is the most important part about the playmat, because way more people get the playmat than the actual card. And I honestly think the card is cool. The flavor text is cool, the artwork is cool. Of course, I don't know if it had to be a vanilla, but making it a vanilla means they can do something cool with the flavor text instead of giving it some random ass, not relevant effect at all, which, I mean, and a lot of prize cards are just not relevant, right? Like, when's the last time you've used a Blood Mephist? When's the last time you've used Dick Vorzak? Or, I don't know, Diablos the Mind Hack or whatever. Those cards are all basically vanilla monsters too. And this one is cooler than most of those in my book. And the thing is, the card is still going to be expensive, I think. I mean, the card is still rare. Like, a Blood Mephist, a Dick Vorzak, and whatever. Yeah, those were not as expensive back in the day while they were a prize card as, for example, a Minerva, right? So, like, if you won a Minerva, you would keep it for a while, and then you'd be able to sell it after a couple months for a lot of money once it got relevant. The Dig Vorzak and the Blood Mephist back in the day, or the Diabolosis, I think the super rares didn't go for as much. I see that point, right? It kind of sucks for the people winning a super rare prize card. Maybe even the ultra rare is going to fetch a little bit less, although I honestly don't think that the ultra rare should be any less than others. Like, for the ultra rare prize card, for the most part, no one is buying those to play them. No one is buying those to play them. Those are collectible items, and this one is going to be just as rare and should probably fetch the same amount of money. And at the end of the day, I feel like if you're really entering a YCS, or like not entering a YCS because you don't like the price card, because the price card is not expensive enough for you, I don't know if that's the right motivation to play the game anyways. I personally think that there's no difference between a card that has some random effect on it that is not relevant anyways, or like a vanilla. So I think it's fine. If the card was meta relevant, I think it would be much worse for any competitive player trying to, trying to get the card to actually play the game, like a crush card virus situation, right? I don't know if any of you remember that time where a crush card was over $1,000 and you were basically forced to play that card, or you would have a significant disadvantage. And I'm kind of glad that we're not facing that situation here. Like in my book, I'm just like, if you get the super rare prize card, if you happen to be one of the few lucky people that get to the top 4 of a YCS and acquire a super rare or ultra rare version, I think you're still going to be happy about your accomplishment. I think you're still going to get decent money for it, either now or you keep it for a couple years and then sell it, or you keep it for yourself anyways. I personally would keep prize cards I win from this point on to myself anyways, probably. So for me, all that matters is the card looks cool, the flavor text is cool, and I don't care that it's a vanilla. I don't get all the hate. I think it's much better than if it was actually playable, because that could be a disaster from a competitive standpoint. But this is it. It's just a short update video. Let me know what you think. I personally am more excited than most other people for this card. I think it looks cool, and that's all it has to do. I'm just happy we finally got a new prize card after having the old one kind of stick around for a long time because of the pandemic. But yeah, that's my little take on it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And, you know, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And peace out. Bye-bye.